Hi, this is Anna Horford, and you're listening to Horford Happy Hour. Hey guys, thanks for joining me on another episode of Horford Happy Hour. And this week, I'm actually really excited to talk about this topic. We're discussing rough times at the bar and also bar do's and don'ts. And I have one of my really good friends, Kylie, here today with me.
Hi, everybody.
And so, we're just going to be talking about our experiences, your experiences, and all the things that we've kind of learned over the years as far as going to the bar and whatnot. And the wine this week is Ravage Cabernet, and it is a full-bodied wine that features layers of dark berry, vanilla, and hints of mocha. And I kind of expected it to be a little richer.
Yeah,
but
it's a little light.
Yeah, it's a little light, but
it's good though.
Yeah, it's solid. I think it's solid. The bottle is very medieval looking.
Very piratey.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll definitely it'll get the job done.
It'll do.
Okay. Let's jump into it. All right. So I asked you guys on Twitter just to give me a few, funny or embarrassing stories from the bar, and a lot of them were kind of similar. Someone named Dasu the Cobra said he went to the club, threw up 5 minutes in, ended up falling asleep on the toilet and waking up to club security telling him to get up or leave. #military days.
Amazing.
Wow. God bless America.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service. Eric said, 21st birthday. Did the tequila challenge. 5 tequila shots in 10 minutes. Got to the bar. Did a polar bear fight. Fireball shot. Another polar bear fight. And then puked like I was the girl in The Exorcist.
What is a polar bear fight?
And he woke up in the hospital.
Oh, that's a cautionary tale, not a fun story.
I don't know what a polar bear fight is.
I don't know.
Either.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I guess it probably depends on where you're from.
Yeah. Minty, maybe?
Yeah. And then, let's see. Oh, this one I thought was kind of funny. So James had said, so I was broke as a joke after moving to LA, and I was out at a club. I had taken out $100 of my last hard-earned dollars in cash, so I wouldn't be tempted to use my credit card.
Smart move.
Right. And then he said, because I didn't have any change the first time I went to the restroom, I tipped the guy $20. Jeez. Okay. He said he thought that was fine, that would cover him for the rest of the night. But when he had put the money in the tip jar, he realized that the attendant he wasn't looking, so he didn't see him do it. So the second time he went in, he wasn't going to tip, but then remembered he didn't see it, and for whatever reason, I wanted this dude to think I was legit, so I put another 20 in. He said we were there all night, and after I'd given him $20 twice in a row, I was like, shit, I'm the guy who's given $20 every time. So I ended up running out of cash on tips for peeing and using the credit card. The whole night was like $300 that I didn't have. I'm an idiot. Ah, man. James.
That's rough.
We've all made bad choices, though, like that you think are good in the moment.
Like when you think you can afford to buy everybody around, but really you're broken in college.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, shit, who wants to chip in?
You wake up the next morning with a text from your bank and your mother.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, those are some pretty interesting stories. Kylie and I have had our fair share of rough nights at the bar. Kylie, do you have a favorite story? Or just like a gem that you would like to share with the world?
My piece de resistance of shameful bar stories is my senior year in college. I went to Central Michigan University in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and it's a lot of towny dive bars that attract weird crowds. And we were at a bar called Rebels, which was the hometown music venue of Mount Pleasant. And it was the end of the year. I was really living my best life because I knew I was going to be done soon. And I went to pay my tab to go to the next bar, and I was pretty drunk at this point. We'd been drinking since 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was probably 9 o'clock. My card got declined 3 times for $13. And in my drunken state, the next best option I had was to grab the probably 50-year-old man that had been flirting with me all night and start making out with him and telling him if he paid my bar tab, we could leave.
Oh, Kylie.
So he paid my tab, and then I ran down the street to the next bar.
Oh.
And I got caught by one of my friends who saw me sprinting down the street because everybody had left me there. They forgot I was there, apparently. And they'll never let me live it down. They're going to be telling me that story in 50 years. I already know.
Have you seen the 50-year-old since?
I don't even know. But I also don't even know that I would recognize him.
So no names or anything
Nothing.
were exchanged?
Nothing was exchanged, just some
was
saliva.
Was he a good kisser?
I mean...
Was it worth it, Kylie?
I got my bar tab paid. It was worth it.
I feel you. Okay.
Desperate times.
You do what you have to do.
Drunken ingenuity. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I can't think of anything that like really stands out more than others, but I just feel like when we all go out as a big group of girls, we always get in trouble or do something stupid or like lose someone.
It's like a circus.
It's crazy, like having to like know where everyone's at all times. And
that one night last summer when me and Mackenzie disappeared.
Oh my, and you guys went to the titty bar.
Yeah, we did go to the titty bar.
And I had to sneak into the titty bar without paying a $20 cover to find you guys. And then you had been at the bar next door after that. So I couldn't find you.
We were everywhere.
You were everywhere. And like, I don't know. That's why now it's a mandatory rule. Like, everyone's got to have Find My Friends.
Yep, everybody's on Find My Friends. You have to have your phone on you. Yep. But if you are a chronic drunk texter, caller, Snapchatter, you have to have the booze app.
Yeah. One thing that I do when I'm a little drunk, which I think is weird, is I take things from places.
I used to do that in college.
I don't know why. Like, one time I stole a paddle from a frat house, and apparently those mean something.
They do, but it's also kind of a rite of passage to take something from a fraternity house.
Is it? So,
I mean, it was for us. I was in a sorority.
Yeah, so...
We would always steal stuff. We were constantly in wars.
Okay, well, then
stealing
maybe
composites and...
Maybe that wasn't so weird. I had I'm trying to think of parties and whatnot, and Taylor's bachelorette party when she was getting married, we went out in Grand Rapids and I got us like a hot pink Hummer limo because the theme was pretty in pink.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And not everyone was 21 at the time, and so we couldn't go to the bars, so we ended up going to a gay bar.
Yes.
Taylor got so drunk that she ran off the dance floor into the bathroom, and it was the men's bathroom, was puking up a storm. Then she's like, I'm good. We go outside to get back in the limo, and she looks down and pukes all over her fucking Sperry's that she just bought. Oh, no. And then our friends are trying to defend her because these like guys are all laughing at her because she's puking all over her shoes. And Kelly's like, stop laughing at my friend. She's getting married. Like, stop laughing. And so I thought that was a funny one. The other ones, I don't think I want to implicate myself, so I don't know if we're going to talk about those.
I mean, recently I went back to college. I went back to my alma mater to celebrate one of my friend's graduations, and I assumed that we were probably going to go to the bar when I was there, but we ended up going to a house party. And I was feeling a little old at a college house party, I'm not going to lie. And we were all dancing and jumping around, and, the next thing we know, the entire floor caved in.
At the house?
At the house. The floor caved in. Like, totally buckled. The foundation cracked in the basement.
How many people are in the house?
I mean, I had partied at that house many times in college, and we'd had more people in there before, but apparently this was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was like we were all jumping, when you are jumping, dancing, hopping around.
Yeah.
There was some song on that made everybody jump. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And, you can, feel a little bit of give, and then everybody jumped, and then we just didn't bounce back up.
Oh,
it just,
no.
Caved in. It was really bad.
And so everyone had to leave, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah, everyone had to leave. Luckily, it didn't... nobody fell through. It didn't open up.
Oh, geez.
It wasn't like a sinkhole situation or anything, but yeah, it wasn't good. I imagine that probably cost them a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I remember when I was at Central, my roommate got so drunk, I love you, Jenny, and screamed so loud that she set off the fire alarm in our room. And she was on her top bunk, naked, and I had to pick her up because she is a small little pea, and I picked her up like a child to put her on the ground to dress her because the RAs were rushing to our room, hide all of the alcohol, and then act like everything was fine.
It's just a normal day.
And Jenny's like in the back, like crying. And I was like, they're like, why'd the fire alarm go off? Are you guys smoking in here? And we were like, no. They're like, then why'd it go off?
Boiling
and
ramen.
They didn't believe it was because Jenny was screaming so loud until our neighbors had confirmed it. And so
God.
that was peachy.
Speaking of naked roommates.
Oh no.
It was my last year at Central. We were there for welcome weekend. There was 2 of us that were living there that were sort of on our victory lap. Mm-hmm. So we went pretty hard for welcome weekend that year, and it was like the 2nd or 3rd day, and she had come home from the bar, and we were in between bars or something. We'd stopped back at home, the group I was with. And she had also come back home, and she ran upstairs and then ran back downstairs not 5 minutes later, butt naked. Fully butt naked.
Why?
No clothes. And then opens the door to our front porch, walks across the front porch, looks at all of us and goes, oh shit, this isn't the bathroom. And then runs back inside.
Oh my God. That is amazing.
But then she was back out at the bar not an hour later, clothed this time. But.
Yeah. Holy shit, man.
Oh my God.
That is funny. Good times. Good times. So another thing that I wanted to talk about were bar do's and don'ts.
Yes, bar etiquette is very important, and nobody teaches it to you.
Yes, exactly. And so for the first bar do, we have always use a buddy system.
Yes, especially for women.
Oh, that's what I don't know if guys really...
Do guys need bar do's and don'ts?
I don't know. I feel
is
like...
Is that sexist of us to say they don't need it?
Yeah, I'm going to assume that they kind of do in their own way.
They do. They're for different reasons.
Yeah. So, like we said, turn on Find Your iPhone.
Yeah.
Or Find My Friends.
Have Find My Friends, or have your Snap location on, or whatever you need to do, but make it so your friends can find you in case you wander off, because there's always one. We
don't want it to turn into a Taken Liam Neeson situation.
We don't need anybody getting arrested, nothing.
Because we will not find you. Right. We are not spies. And we will...
Sometimes I am when I'm drunk. I don't know. It depends on the night.
Yeah. I mean, when you want to, like, find out who your friend's really dating, then you kind of turn into a spy.
Yeah.
So yes, always is a buddy system. The second one, go to the bathroom together because you will lose each other. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this applies for guys.
To men at all, but, like, the bathroom is where we all reconvene and, like, figure... Have you ever been in the bathroom and it's like you're sober all of a sudden again for a second?
Yes.
You like have all the keys to the universe.
And I don't know if it's the lighting. I don't know if it's the mirrors or looking into your soul.
Looking into your own eyes.
Who are you, you dirty person?
What are your choices?
What choices are you making?
Usually drives me to drink more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It kind of backfires sometimes.
Yeah. Don't look in the... Number 3, don't look in the mirror.
But how nice are girls in bars? Bar bathrooms.
Girls in bar bathrooms are like... There's no comparison.
It's how girls should be all the time.
This is how drunk girls in bar bathrooms should be solving world crises.
Yes, exactly. You have toilet paper on your shoe. Oh, hey, babe, let me get that for you. Your eyeliner's running. Right. Oh, let me grab my Q-tip from a purse.
You need the strap on your top tightened?
We got you.
You need a tampon?
You need your hair held back?
You're crying in the bathroom because some boy's being mean to you? You got 6 girls hyping you up on why you need to drop his ass.
And you're like, yes, queen, slay.
There is no camaraderie like bar women's bathroom camaraderie.
You get complimented on your tits, on your hair, on your makeup, on your outfit, everything. And everything, it's like, it turns into America's Next Top Model in there.
You were going to walk out feeling so good because you've just been so hyped up by strangers.
Oh my God, what if we started like a Shark Tank idea, like therapy sessions with drunk girls in bathrooms?
We should podcast from a bar bathroom.
That would be awesome. I feel like we'd have to do video too. If we did that.
We need to vlog.
But then we'd need to blur out everyone's faces.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's some logistical issues, but it would be a good idea in a perfect world.
Kylie and I will have to figure that out. We'll let you guys know.
We'll look into the legality of it.
Absolutely. Okay. And so we talked about if guys go to the bathroom together. I think they do sometimes. This is my question. Riddle me this, Kylie. Mm-hmm. Do guys look at each other at those urinals? Especially when they're drunk. You think they're peeking?
I think if you asked any straight man if he looked at another man's penis, he would tell you no, and that would be a bold-faced lie.
Yes.
It's just like, you're going to look at another girl's tits, or you're going to look at another girl's ass. I appreciate them. And I also, we're not necessarily comparing, but like we have something in common.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just checking out the merch.
Yeah, exactly. If I was a man, I would just check it out and be curious.
Yeah, and I think guys do it on the low, but like I feel like they won't admit it to you.
No, they'd never admit it, but there's no way they're not.
No way, especially when you're drunk, you're probably like, yeah, nice one, man.
They're probably in there like crossing streams and weird stuff.
Yeah, like, oh, you're uncircumcised too. And like
they're like checking to see if their dick's not weird or something.
Dicks tap each other, like, good one, bro. We're obviously just speculating.
Yeah,
here.
I've never been in a men's bathroom.
So I'm gonna get a bunch of comments and guys are gonna be like, that doesn't happen.
This is how I imagine it to be. Please don't.
Yes, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it for us.
Don't ruin the illusion.
So I need to talk to you all about a problem. 66% of men lose their hair by age 35. And the thing is, when you start to notice hair loss, it's too late. So let me ask you, do you want a bald spot to pop up or do you want to do something about it first? Do you want your hairline to recede or do you want to do something about it first? Do you want to be in denial like LeBron James? Probably not. Here's your solution. ForHims.com, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. No waiting rooms, no awkward doctor visits, and you can save hours by going to ForHims.com. It's so easy, and the products are shipped directly to your door. I know there are a few members of my family who wish they would have known about this years ago. So order now. My listeners get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now while supplies last. See their website for full details. This would cost you hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/HHH. That's FORHIMS.com/HHH. forhims.com/HHH. Okay, on to the next one. If you know you're going to make bad choices, give your phone to your friends.
Yeah.
And Kylie taught me this, everyone.
Yeah, if you are a chronic drunk texter, drunk caller, drunk Snapchatter, like myself, do yourself a favor. Give a trusted friend your phone. Download one of the many Drunk Buddy apps. I have one on my phone called When You Booze. It's free. It's very helpful. It gives you access to an in case of emergency number that you set, a cab that you set, a takeout service that you set, and you can call 2 other people. So if you are ruining your own life every time you drink, I have gone so far as to drunkenly call and text people and then wake up early the next morning, still kind of drunk, delete it off my phone so that sober me just thinks it didn't happen. Just because you delete it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
That is one of my favorite things about you. When you revealed to me that you do that you send messages and phone calls, and then while you're still slightly drunk, you delete them and then pretend like they didn't
Apparently,
happen.
I think I can just like bippity-boppity boo them away, but they still happen. You still have to answer to them sometimes.
But that's kind of amazing that, it's like sometimes drunk you can be
Listen, drunk
smart.
me has her own agenda. I don't know her. I don't know what her intentions are. I'm not answering for her. So if drunk me calls you, texts you, Snapchats you, just know I'm not going to answer for her because I don't know what she wants.
Yeah, or who she is.
Or who she is. I don't know what she does with her time.
Yeah.
She just lies dormant until it's time to ruin my life.
Why are drunk versions of ourselves
like a caricature version of your real personality?
Yeah, and then in the morning you're like, you stupid fuck.
Oh yeah.
What'd you do?
Everything bad usually.
Who'd you make out with?
Yeah, who'd you yell at? Sometimes I get a little aggressive.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Who'd you call? The worst is Snapchat because you know you sent them but you don't know what you said.
Yeah.
I might delete my text messages and phone calls, but at least I know on some level what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Snapchats, it's a free-for-all.
Yes, absolutely.
Frightening.
And then another do that we have is always tip your bartender.
Yeah, always tip your bartender.
Because they're hooking your shit up. And if you hook them up, they will hook you up.
And that's a rough job.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do it.
Don't be a dick. And don't be one of those guys who, taps their card on the bar.
Yeah.
Or, gets overly aggressive.
Just wait your turn.
No one likes that guy.
Just wait your turn.
Calm down, Steve.
That's usually the guy that, buys you a shot, too, that you, didn't ask for. You weren't talking to him. And then when you say no thank you, he yells at you.
For sure.
Chill out, Steve.
Bitch. Some don'ts. So this might be an obvious one. Don't leave your drink unattended.
Yeah.
Because you will possibly get roofied.
And is just honestly get in the habit of keeping your hand over it. Because you never know.
You never know. People are sly. And when you're drunk,
you're not paying attention.
You have no idea. You have no idea.
Once you get in the habit of it, you won't even think about it.
Exactly. And This might be a dark question. Do you know anyone who's ever like been roofied or attempted roofie?
Yeah,
roofied?
I know a few people.
See, that is some fucked up shit. Like, because there's nothing you can really do about it.
No, and you don't really know until the next morning when the person can articulate to you, like, what you just think that they're really drunk and you're pissed off that you have to take care of them.
That is so fucked up.
And they'll swear up and down that they only had 1 or 2 drinks, and then that usually is the case, shit. But be on the lookout. If you see somebody looking sketchy, warn somebody.
See something, say something.
See something, say something.
That is like the golden rule.
Do your part.
Do your part.
Be a good citizen.
Yes, be safe. Surround yourself with safe people who are gonna have your back too. Yeah. Like you never want to go out with people who are just gonna kind of like leave you. At the bar, you know.
Because there's a difference between wandering and leaving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like to see what's out there. I like to graze. I like to wander, but I always come back.
Yeah. we always find you in the end, Kylie. We
never go far.
Find you in the end. Absolutely. Our next one is don't post that selfie because it's not half as good as you think it is. Mm-mm. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is about like being in a bar bathroom or whatever, or wherever you're at and you're drunk and you take a selfie and you're like, holy fuck, I look good.
You think you're the hottest bitch that ever lived.
Yes. Like you think that you would fuck yourself.
But then you see it the next morning and you're like kind of cross-eyed and heavy-lidded, and like if you're very pale like me, you have like a beer rash. It's not cute. There's nothing cute about it.
But you look at that selfie.
Oh, in the moment, nothing can stop you.
Yes. And so you send it sometimes, like on Snap or whatever. And
you
then
put that shit on your story?
Yeah, and then you're like, God damn
You wake up in the morning, 300 people have seen it, you delete it like it makes a difference.
Yeah, and
the damage has already been done.
People have already screenshot it and sent it to their friends and have laughed about it.
Just don't do it. Again.
Yeah.
Booze app. You can lock yourself out of apps that you have no business being on when you're drunk.
That's so brilliant. Why didn't we come up with that?
I don't know, but like, I think whoever did, it's been very helpful in my life.
I feel like they've helped a lot of people.
Yeah, they're doing the Lord's work, truly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And let's go to the next one. Oh, don't give your actual number out unless it's like Brad Pitt or Jason Momoa or something.
Yeah, like unless you're like for sure feeling it, don't give your number out. Also, don't give your friends' numbers out without telling them.
Does that happen? Has that happened to you?
I had a friend, she went to a different college than me, and she would give her number out, or like give my number out as hers.
Oh my God.
All the time.
No.
So I'd get weird, and she'd like say nasty stuff to them, so when they texted me, they'd be like really like thinking they were in for it.
That's kind of a funny prank though.
It is kind of a funny prank, but like once.
Yeah. No.
Not like 16 weekends in a row.
Absolutely. Not over and over and over again. And when I had first brought that up to you, you were like, also don't give out your real name.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I have an alias. I stick with it. I have another friend. We always use the same names.
Can you give me the first name of your alias that you've used?
My alias, well, when I'm just like being sly, when I'm not like really up to something, it's Kelly. It's close enough to my real name that I won't get tripped up, but I always use it. Like if somebody's being weird, I don't want them to know my name. I'm not going to give them my phone number. I'm not going to let them buy me a drink. It's Kelly.
That's funny. I've never used a fake name, but that's kind of smart.
Yeah, well, and it helps tip off your friends that you're with too. Like if they hear you introduce yourself using your alias, then they know like, oh, we got to save her.
Guys get really handsy and creepy at the bar. Like, do not touch a girl if she's not feeling you.
No, and I get when you're drinking, it's a little tougher to read, but like, let's all be on our best behavior.
Right. Well, another thing is, if you do give out your number, this is what you can do. I did this when I was in Chicago for my sister's birthday. I met this really cute guy at the bar, and he kind of was like Taylor Lautner-ish looking, and so everyone kept calling him Wolf Boy because of Twilight.
Amazing.
And I was too drunk to even care or whatever, and it'd been a while, you know, since I'd like interacted with men at the bar because they suck most of the time.
Men at the bar, you're a tough species. Do better, please.
Yeah. And this guy, this is gonna sound weird, but he had really like a really great smile and nice like lips and stuff.
No, that's not weird.
Yeah, and so we made out a bunch. He bit my lip really hard. It was like kind of swollen the next day, and so I was like not too excited about that. But I ended up giving him my actual number.
Yeah.
And he had texted me like twice by the time I had woken up. and I just ghosted him. So
yeah,
I
you can just block it if you do it on accident.
Yeah, or just don't respond, because then they'll think you gave them a fake number. They'll never know it was really your number. You know what I mean?
Or if they're really clueless, they just keep texting it.
Yeah.
So if that happens, just block them. They'll never know.
Yeah. So he tried a couple times, and he was a cool guy, but it's not like it was a match made in heaven.
It wasn't love at first makeout.
No, not really. And I was really fucked up that night, so. not ideal.
Isn't that the worst when you think you meet a really cute guy and then you see him again, or your friends tell you?
Yep.
And it's not what you thought?
Mm-hmm. And it was like a completely different person in your head. It's like drunk you has a different type than you do.
Yeah, drunk me has
sometimes.
No regard for sober me.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
She's not looking out for me.
And then you're mad at drunk you, and you're like, what were you thinking, you
Yeah.
dumb bitch?
Drunk me is not my friend.
No, absolutely not. And, this is I think this is probably the golden rule. Don't text your ex, Kylie.
Don't text your ex.
Because
get the booze app. Don't text your ex.
We've gotten in trouble with this, haven't we, Kylie?
I think we all have.
Yeah.
We all have.
No, yeah.
Don't text your ex. Don't
do
call
it.
your ex.
Because you know what? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the
definition of insanity.
So, don't do it. You know, that ship has sailed. We are past it. And everyone gets all emotional, nostalgic, and horny when they're drunk.
Yeah.
Fight that urge. Go home and treat yourself.
Or you know what? If you are going to do it, be prepared to face the consequences.
Absolutely.
Whether it's from your ex or from yourself and your own shame.
Yep.
Be prepared.
And usually you're not ready to face the consequences.
No.
Because the next morning you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm so mad. Whether that's a text or whether you wake up next to them and you are surprised by it.
Either way, it's not ideal.
Right.
And only you can prevent forest fires, only you can prevent yourself from texting your ex.
Yeah. Yep.
Think before you text people.
Absolutely. Leave the past in the past. You know? I mean, sometimes though,
Sometimes you just need...
if it's like a dynamite lay or something.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, bite the bullet. Let's do it.
Deal with a week of anxiety from it and just do it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge.
Not that big of a deal. And you know, with those people you've been with before, you don't have to be absolutely perfect.
Right.
Like your legs could be a little stubbly or you know, I don't know. You don't have to get up in the morning and make yourself look pretty before they wake up.
Exactly.
Or anything, so.
There's pros and cons. More cons than pros,
yes,
but
we will say more cons than pros.
It's never the best idea.
Exactly. So that was my list. Are there any other ones you can think of that would be?
I guess my number one would be, ladies, don't go out in brand new cheap shoes without taking 5 minutes of your time to scuff them up in your driveway, because you will fall down. They have no traction on them. They're very smooth. And if you don't want to eat shit at some point in your night, scuff your shoes up. Take it from me. It's happened far too many times.
That's a good one.
I don't know if anybody's listening from the mid-Michigan area, but there's a college bar in East Lansing by the name of Rick's, and you go down a flight of stairs to get into it.
It's like a dungeon.
It's like a dungeon.
It smells like a porta potty.
It's awful. It's terrible. But yeah, it's down a flight of stairs, and I had on new shoes, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
When you go to Rick's, you go knowing you're gonna make the worst choices of your life.
Yeah.
The floor is sticky.
Everything's sticky.
Someone shit in the corner of Rick's once. That's how dirty Rick's is.
Yeah.
But it's also an MSU gem, so go Spartans.
Go green.
Go green. Yes. Well, thank you for your insight and wisdom. I hope that you guys learned a lot today. And so, if you have any other funny stories or anything, don't forget to email horfordhappyhour@gmail.com. We'll probably do a follow-up episode to this, and it'd be great to hear from you guys, so we're not the only ones embarrassing ourselves. And you can catch up on all my other episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, and the CLNS Media Network. And we'll talk to you guys again next week.
Bye. Thanks for having me.